brother. Let me
Dead.
do that right now. So just loud underscore MF.
No, it's just MF. So it's loud and then capital MF.
Yeah, we're doing MF right there. We'll make that white though. Loud MF in the building, man. Hey, and I want to first of all thank you, bro. Thank you for your time and allowing me to speak with you, bro. We just got
Oh,
done
of course.
shooting a clean video in the metaverse in VR.
That was mad fun. That was a lot of fun. And there was a
Now
lot
we're
of
going.
car crashes that happened off camera and on camera.
Yeah, that was the funniest. That was the funniest time. I was like, the audience gonna be like, "Oh, he's whipping that thing," and then you see the swerve, and they're like, "Oh shit!" If that was real life, bro, we would have died like 5 times.
Bro, I was
It was
crying
real
how I
funny.
got like two separate cars stuck in the same spot, like one after another. I was like, oh no, I did not learn at all.
Imagine if that was real life, bro. Imagine that was real life. That would have been a hell of insurance money right there.
Yeah, we would have been cooked. We would have been cooked.
but
Would have saw us on like channel 12. We
but
would have been
welcome,
so
welcome,
cooked.
welcome, bro. Welcome everybody to another episode of In the Lens with Benz, bro. I'm your host, Beneficial Films. But y'all know me in the metaverse as Beneficial Games, right? And today we're doing something different, bringing together the virtual and the real. And today I'm here as my avatar in VR, and joining me is Loud MF, bro, a VR creator, developer, and an artist making musical waves around here, man. I've seen him in concerts. I work with him on music videos. I see him sponsor different events in the metaverse, bro. And so I want to talk to him about his perspective about AI and VR, bro. And join and on this show, we talk about virtual reality, AI, and the creative journeys of those shaping the future. It's about imagination, innovation, and community. And today we're diving in with Loud MF, my brother. How are you, man? How are you? How you feeling?
Yo, Ben, I'm good. I'm good. I'm having a great day. We just finished wrapping up that video, so that was a lot of fun. And I was playing
Really
Monopoly
good fun.
earlier, and I won by a landslide, so that's always a great bonus.
You say you won it? You won the Monopoly?
I won, yeah, I won by a lot actually. I'm pretty good at Monopoly, not gonna lie.
That's where you played Monopoly a lot, or like, how long did it last? Too? What time you started playing? Because that shit lasts like 8 hours.
I started, nah, it never lasts that long when I play, cause like I'm like super strategic about it. So max out goes like 3 hours, but yeah, it was like a 3 hour game. I started at like 12 or like 11:30. I was done by like 2:40. But yeah, nah, I could go on and on about like the strategy behind Monopoly, but just know that by the time it was done, there was nothing. I had bankrupt literally everyone. Like
That's crazy. How
it
many
was pretty
players
bad.
was it?
Um, three real life players and then three AI.
What system you was playing it on?
So they came out with a new one for like PlayStation 5. I was playing on there. Shit was
Oh
super
shit.
tough. Shit was so
Oh
fire.
yeah, yeah. I gotta get up on that.
I play by traditional rules. I do not play by any of these new age rules or house rules or any of that bullshit. I only play by like the Monopoly rules every time. Every time.
No, that's the only way to play the classic way, bro. For real. Well, can you
Feel me?
explain your journey in VR, bro? Can you explain your story for the one time and how you got started actually in VR, bro? Virtual reality is where I'm in
I
right
love
now,
this story.
actually.
I love this story. Okay, so basically what had happened was I had bought a Quest 2 back in like 2022, early 2022 because they announced Resident Evil 4 VR was going to come out, and like a
Mm.
bunch of other games were out at the time that I wanted to try. Also, I grew up watching Sword Art Online, which is like an anime about like this dude who goes into VR and then like he meets like the love of his life and all this other shit, and like you can't leave until you beat the game, or if you die in the game, you die in real life. So I was like, okay, I always thought VR
Oh,
was
that's
really
what it's
cool.
about.
And so I got the Quest 2, and originally I was just playing games and shit like Resident Evil 4. I tried Rec Room for one day, and then I got bullied by kids in dodgeball, so I deleted the app and never went back. True
No.
story. True story. and I used to play like this shooting game a lot called Pavlov. But what had happened one day is I was really, it was like late 2022, so like later that year, and I was sad because I don't know, I think me and my ex girlfriend broke up or whatever, and I was like staying home all the time. I didn't really feel like going out. So I was like, hey, let me try to make more friends on the internet or whatever, because I don't really have it in me to go out, but at the same time, like I'm not trying to sit here like a sad sack, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I start getting, I start buying like Twisted Teas at the gas station, and I start going home and hopping on Pavlov, which is this shooting VR game a lot. Really, really drunk, like really drunk. And that's actually how I got my username. My old username, oh, this is really funny. My old username for Meta was Boy Boy Latroy. It was just a stupid thing. I just typed
Boy,
in some
boy,
stupid ass thing
Latroy.
for Meta. I typed
That.
in Boy Boy Latroy. Why? I don't know. I thought it sounded dumb. And then I would go and I would just be super loud and drunk in lobbies and play music and just be super annoying in a shooting game, by the way, not like a social hangout. So
Yeah.
people used to like kick me out of lobbies all the time for being really loud and drunk. So I eventually actually just changed my name to Loud MF for Loud Motherfucker to like kind of disclaimer people like I'm coming into this shooting game. I'm finna be a loud drunk motherfucker. So that didn't work. I still kept getting kicked out. But one guy
Yeah.
was really nice. He was like, "Yo, man, if you want to like get drunk with people on VR and shit, like why don't you just go to Horizon World?" So I was like, you mean like
Mm.
the other kids shooting game? Because I had only really seen Action Island. So no,
Right.
he told me to go to a place called the Rooster, and that was my first spot in Horizon Worlds I would go to. It was a country bar owned by a guy I know named Kai Cephas,
The
and
rooster.
I used
Shout
to go
out
to
Kai.
every yeah, shout out Kai. I used to go to every single night in like 2022 into like January 2023 and get fucked up. Fucked up so much so that Kai had to start banning me from his world. And this is like my first month on Horizon. I
No.
used to get banned from there a lot and then get upset. And then like it was really funny. But eventually Kai was like, dude, like you don't seem like an actual idiot. You just seem like you come on here to get drunk and then you act like an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, 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 that sounds about right. And he's like,
Yeah.
yo, have you ever tried building? Like, I could show you how to build. Like, you seem like you would pick it up. So I was like, okay. So he showed me how to build, and I commissioned a build off of him because I was still new to learning how to build. So I was like, yo, while we're at it, here, I'll throw you some bread, make me a world, teach me how you do this shit, blah, blah, blah. So I bought a world off him. He taught me how to make worlds. And then his friend that was scripting at the time got me into scripting, taught me like the basics. And so I kind of
That's
just
it.
got into my virtual journey through, I guess I was sad and just kind of wanted to make friends. And then I found out I was good at something. I found out like I was good at building and good at scripting. From there, though, it wasn't until last summer that I started showing off my music in Meta because, it was like weird. Like, I remember I had one song called Droolin', which is still the first song on my Spotify you can find anywhere. And
Mm.
I had showed people in VR, but they were like, "Oh, you sound like J.I. the Prince or blah blah blah," and like they kind of made fun of me. So I was like,
Mm.
maybe it's not for me, man. Like everybody's telling me this shit garbage. So I was like, it's not for me. And then last year, Manny Royalty Radio, he goes by shout out Royalty Radio. He heard
Shout
my
out
music. He was
royalty.
like, nah, bro, you're tough. You're tough. I was like, I'm tough. He's like, yeah. I mean, like I could tell you just started, but you're tough. So I was like, okay. So I just kept it going, and then more people just like knew me from like the music space and stuff. And honestly, this whole time I just kind of use it as a means to like make friends or just like have something to do sometimes. Sometimes I'm home and I'm bored, so I'm like, let me go do something. But like I do love making music, so it's like, how some people like I don't know, you eat every day or you like breathe oxygen every 5 minutes. It's like I have to make music every week. Like I have to make a new song or something, or
That's
like
your passion.
yeah, I have to. It's like a priority.
So you came in this joint like I say like majority of people once you bored or something in there or like you want something kind of to do, you'll hop in VR. You'll hop in VR and kind of be your authentic loose neck self, right? That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, kind of. Honestly, I would say I'm like a lot more shy and reserved on VR because people are
But you
kind of
loud and
shy and
bluff.
reserved themselves. Yeah, I know, but I don't know, like not everyone like is ready for that. So I gotta like tone it back when I get online, play like the fly on the wall until like my opportunity to become social like presents itself, and then I'm like, okay, I'm in this. But before that, it's a whole lot of just and sitting around and waiting for my moment.
Would you like that when you first got in VR, like the wait, sit in your moment, or were you just like out there?
Oh
You
my
had to kind
gosh,
of learn, right?
yeah, I had to learn. I was so out there at first. I used to like I don't know, I was like really annoying. I don't think I understood like VR etiquette at the time. I think it was like I used to just get on really drunk and annoying and get really close to people. And like not in a weird way, but just like you learn over time there's certain things like personal space in virtual reality as far fetched as that sounds and stuff like that.
it's a
So
it's a real thing.
it's a
No,
real
so
thing.
I'm about to say, I usually say like VR is like the comment section, just alive, bro. Do you agree, or what was your take on that?
I will 100% agree. Um, I think VR is it's a tool, a very powerful tool, and like any other powerful tool, it matters who and what's using it. So, for instance, somebody like yourself, you use VR as a means to connect with people. You're always shooting videos, you're always getting new clients, you're always very friendly, you're networking, you're doing your thing, and your
Right.
connections in VR are translating back to IRL. And even if they didn't, you're so heavily invested in uplifting the community that you partake in. Like there's never anything wrong that you have to say. You're never cutting nobody down. You're never breaking nobody down. You're not judging people. But a lot of people on VR are quite honestly people just sitting on their fucking headset all day, judging people out, like judging other people's lives. And a lot of these people have literally no life experience, so they're kind of just judging people who's lived life because they haven't lived life. And it's like I notice that a lot, or like a lot of
That's
times, and
crazy.
this happens in any competitive field, but it'll be like if you're doing something really good, less people will support you because they don't want you to be up on them, I guess. But like
Mm,
they'll support mediocrity because they're not threatened by mediocrity.
mm,
Mediocrity doesn't threaten them. They'll repost mediocrity all day. They'll throw a party for mediocrity because at the end of the day, no matter how much they throw praise on that mediocrity, they know that mediocrity is still mediocre and is never going to do
mm.
anything better than them, but they won't ever support anything that actually poses a threat. So I find that kind of weird. But yeah,
That's deep, bro. That's deep.
my
That's
bad, my
deep,
bad.
bro. He said my bad. No, how so? How what made you transition into like being? Because I don't know. Well, I guess when you explain it, I guess my one word for it will be troll, right? Trolling, or like what I
Yeah,
mean. You will get on there and you know what I mean. Because I get it, bro. Like I do it too, and I see how other people do it. But like you said, it's a VR etiquette. What made you like, or what's important for you to change the VR etiquette rather than what I mean, keeping that trollism and yeah.
I have a friend named Boosted Blitz, and I think if it wasn't for him, I kind of would have still been a troll. And also, when I came out with that bar in VR called Olives, that was like my first popular build. That did really well. Um, I kind of had to like pick up on that and get sharp because all of a sudden I had all these people coming to my bar every night, and it was like I couldn't be a troll and the guy who owns a bar at the same time. Like those don't go hand in hand. You
Mm.
can't run like a good establishment where people feel welcomed and they
So
have
you started
fun, and
building. You
you're
have
being a
worlds
troll.
in VR.
Yeah. I
When
started
did you start
seeing
building?
VR less as an outlet to be an asshole and more as an outlet for my creative endeavors. I started
There
building,
you go.
I want to say like March of 2023.
Okay. Your first world was a bar. Like you did it at a bar.
Yeah, so it was called Olives. It was like a small New York City dive bar. Like you come in, there's like a porch, you go in, it's like a small bar on the left, booths on the
Okay.
right and stuff. There was a stage. We used to do like R&B karaoke like every night and like throw a bunch of Latin parties and et cetera, et cetera. It was a lot of fun. Like I liked it a lot, but that's also where I met my best friend Boosted. So that was like a big turning point for me just in general.
I'm about to say, man. Yeah. Speaking of community, bro. What role does community play in your VR journey, man? And how do you see VR changing the way people connect socially and like creatively?
I used to be heavily involved in a lot of communities in VR. I think the older I get and the more I use it, I do less of the community and more of like taking a back seat and just participating when it's relevant to me. Oh my gosh, why is my nose so itchy? Holy shit. But as far as like now or has been like at one point I was always part of a community. I would say if you're new to VR, become part of a community, but after a long time, become less of part of a community and more of yourself that has something to contribute to multiple communities. It's kind of the best way to do it,
Mm,
so you don't box yourself in, because a lot of people get boxed in, and then think about it this way: the more time you spend with anybody, the more issues can arise. So if you're around the same circle of people all the time, then you're bound to have drama or an issue, a disagreement, whatever it is. But if you're just going through life and just doing where you can and helping out where you can, then you're all good.
that's deep, man. I was just talking about that. Damn, who else talking about with one of my homeboys, man, about like clicks and stuff like that, bro. You stay stuck in those circles. You don't draw any bridges. You know what I mean? You just stuck with what that circle kind of knows without having any prior external knowledge. You know what I mean, of anything else culturally.
Yeah, it's like a echo chamber, just like living in a tunnel. Also, I feel like you hurt your brand when you're so super duper duper heavily involved in one community because you just become part of that umbrella. Versus like if you do
Mm-hmm.
your own thing and people see the worth in what you do for what they're doing, that's how you build your brand. Like Beneficial Films, everyone goes to you for like their VR camera needs.
Oh man, respect, man. I'm trying to get there, bro. I'm trying to share what we doing in here. It's a lot. Even shout out Christian Crosby, bro. I just did some in real life shooting with him yesterday, and I was just explaining to him the metaverse and what people doing in here. And he's like, "Really?" Like he has no idea, like not even an inkling of like what's happening. And it's like I'm pretty sure that's a majority of the people. So I'm just trying to do my due diligence and show people like what y'all doing in here, man. The music, the worlds, the community, the art, so much stuff, bro. So much stuff, bro. I'm about to say, how do you approach creatively different inside VR compared to real life?
In what sense?
Okay, I guess with I guess with building, I guess I can't really compare it because you don't do music in VR and you don't build in real life, right?
Yeah. So it's a little, I mean, a little blender maybe. I would say this as far as like the act of creating, that's like in virtual reality, is I usually have an idea in my head already. I have like a predetermined layout for whatever it is, and then I start gray boxing it, which is just like you take nothing but white blocks and you create the skeleton of whatever it is. So like, let's say it's a
Mm,
club, a house, an office building, a park, whatever it is. I'll essentially gray box it all out so you see what it is, completely untextured, but the geometry's all there. And then I'll apply
mhm,
geometry, details, remodeling, stuff like that, but it's all about getting the base idea on paper. And that's also very similar to how I make music. So how I make music,
mm,
I'll usually have like an instrumental that like I find on YouTube or get from a producer or whatever it is. And I'll listen a bit, like listen to it and stuff. And if I get a good vibe for it and it's speaking to me, I'll go for it, start recording. But what I usually do is like I'll find a key, I'll put the auto tune on, I'll like put the tuning right. And then like I'll hum a scale to find like the note center in the scale. And then I'll like kind of just like freestyle one dope fire line. So the same way I gray box and then go from there, add the details and build it and flesh it out. I freestyle one fire ass line with like one like melody. And then from there, I re-record that line, then add off of that, keep punching in and either doing the same melody and switching up the words, obviously, or
huh.
maybe I do like a staccato of the melody and like, you know what I mean? Just making the variations and going along with the song. That technique is called
Nice.
punching in. It's like a really popular technique with recording rap music these days. So, like,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
kind of what it is. It's just throwing down the foundation and then cooking up the meal.
love that, bro. You got a formula, and the formulas always work. Especially in math class, man, or in science. You put that formula together, and you don't know what kind of contraption you can come up with, bro. For real. I'm about to say,
For
how
real,
do you
bro.
think VR gives musicians more freedom to connect with their fans, bro? How do?
I think actually that's a really good question. I think it gives them more freedom than ever. Because let's say like a really big artist were to decide to hop on the metaverse and meet their fans, if they're independent and they're not signed to a label, that could be really good. If they're signed to a label, I could already imagine things like you have to charge for this, charge for that. We're gonna take a percentage of every meet and greet you do over, blah blah blah. Like it becomes too much of like a money business issue. But if you're independent, I can only imagine like a big independent artist like Lil TJ. He's currently independent. If Lil TJ was like, "Yo, bro, I'm doing fucking $120 meet and greets on fucking like VR chat or like Horizon Worlds and stuff like that," I'd be like, "Oh fuck, that's such a good idea." But
Mm,
they're not doing it simply because I think they're just unaware.
exactly, bro. Just unaware. I remember Post Malone was in here when I was in here, and I was like, damn, I wonder if I just into him in the world, like what would that be like? And even Christian White, shout out Christian White and Danica, they had him in the stew, just in the booth, just kind of answering people's questions. So I remember that time, and I was like, oh, this could be a thing, bro.
Wow. Yeah, I heard about him going to Gatsby's and saying stuff about Gatsby's. But yeah, that was
um,
pretty funny back
how,
in the day.
have you built a community around your music inside VR, bro? And have you use your builds to promote your music?
I feel like the answer to so it's a two-parted question. So for the first part, I feel like yes, I have built a community around my music, but not in the sense that people would imagine. It's not like a group of people who all know each other and they're all like, "Yo, we love Loud's music," but it's more like I've built like a kind of a network for myself where if I can go or like I'm invited to big parties or whatever it is simply because of the music I make or like I know the DJ or whatever it is through my music. So like I have built like I would say like a community, but it's not an interconnected community. It's like a scattered community, but it's still a community. But it's a community of people that get me into another community. So if like for instance, shout out meta genre music and stuff like that. Like
Shout out
they rock with me.
MGM.
I rock with the people from there that I'm really close with, like Dio Cordero, Chirac, and Tusi. So what happens is whenever we end up doing something together, I end up seeing a whole bunch of people I never knew before that are just
Mm-hmm.
there to enjoy the event. You know what I mean? So in a way,
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's hard to classify as a community if it's all scattered. But if all those scattered connections lead to their own web, then yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of a community. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. And yeah, and that's how I love the VR community. Why I love the VR community because it is those the different webs, bro, that you can connect with. And every time you do collab with somebody, you meet another set of people, bro. So I'm excited about that, bro, for real. Uh, do you see, what I mean, AI as a collaborative something that's going to destroy us or something we can use? You know what I mean? How do you feel about AI?
I have mixed feelings. So like on one hand, I don't really like. Okay, how do I feel? I would like AI if it was used as a tool for like fleshing out your creative ideas or maybe like having a reference or maybe, just like to use it as a tool to help you reach A to B with your own creative thought. But I do not like solely AI created art. So for instance, I mean, if it's like, let's say you're making a cover art for your album, that's fine because the art for your album is literally just a picture for the art that you made yourself that you're selling.
Mm,
Like any adware, you don't fucking care where your ad comes from as long as the ad gets people to fucking check out your product. But
right.
my issue is, let's say the art's AI. Let's say the art's not AI. Your cover art's made drawn, hand drawn by your favorite dude, and your music is all AI. I'm not. I'm not for that. I feel like there's certain things that just should be done by a person. So I'll be so honest. I'm not a fan of all the AI implementations in Horizon Worlds. I feel like early
Mm,
Horizon Worlds culture was based off of merit and talent, and everyone who had the opportunities they had and did everything they did is because they took the time to get really good, and even if they weren't really good, they took the time to put their own personal taste in what they were doing. And if that personal taste
yeah.
appeals to people, whether you're technically good at it or not, doesn't matter as long as the people like it. But now what you see is all of these people who don't know shit from Shinola about modeling or texturing or literally any of that are using AI to fucking generate models for them, texture the models for them, or like people are using AI to make music. Like none of their own
Mm,
actual vocals or anything. Like everything from the instrumental to the vocals are AI, and the lyrics won't even be their own lyrics. It'll be somebody else's lyrics. It's like,
mm,
and then don't even get me
yeah.
started on Sora AI and all these like AI videos I see all over fucking social media all the time that are becoming progressively more and more realistic looking. Like I feel like we're moving towards some kind of like post-human dystopian reality in which like nothing is real, dude. Like there's people out there like watching AI corn, if you know what I'm saying, like AI corn. Like how the hell are you
Yeah.
getting off to something like it? It doesn't exist in any means, bro. Like it's not even art that somebody drew of corn. It's literally just slop. It's just slop. It's just pixels. It's coloration and images from other things that have already existed thrown inside of your face in a little hodgepodge to trick your brain into thinking it's real.
Damn.
And motherfuckers are eating it up, and I have a problem with that, man. I'm sorry.
No, bro. It's bro. I can't wrap around my head, and it's your what you said out loud is the same thing I'm thinking, bro. And as a filmmaker, bro, as a cinematographer, as somebody who went to film school, right when the iPhones were saying that they could be used for movies, I'm like, holy shit, where are we gonna be in 2025? And now I'm looking up like, oh, this where we at. Let's see what I gotta
It
do.
was bullshit. Look, no iPhone is ever replacing a Blackmagic 6K. No iPhone's ever
Yeah, no.
replacing like proper gear, proper lighting, proper this, proper that. You can get some good results on that, you know what I mean? Like you can get good results on the iPhone, but you're not replacing an actual cinema camera anytime soon ever.
Yeah, no.
Like, come on.
Yeah, no.
It's
And
bullshit. It's all
the
bullshit. It's
the
like
ones that are
corner cutting.
using the iPhones, they have lenses for them, so they're not just using just an iPhone. They got it like rigged up for real. So yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah. Got a
definitely.
whole rig expensive. But
AI, man. Yeah, I'm just riding the wave the best as I can. We in VR with it, so I feel like us in VR are already kind of like what a segue into AI, but not really, but really. What
I see what you mean. It's
is
like when you're in VR, you exist in a virtual medium. So you're already kind of halfway there to just kind of existing as some kind of neural network. But at the same time,
mm,
that's really weird because imagine you meet somebody on Horizon Worlds, right? Imagine it's a shorty. Meet a shorty on Horizon Worlds, hanging out all day, think they fly, think it's dope. Then all of a sudden you find out the whole time they're a fucking AI. And like not an AI like Horizon's like, yo, this is an NPC, AI NPC, like AI as in like an AI made that account, an AI's
mm,
operating set account, and an AI
mm.
is communicating with you. Like, I
That would
don't
be a
see
dope
that being a
movie.
far-fetched future. Dude,
That
that's
would
the
be a dope
fucking
movie.
reality we're going towards.
That and that's yeah, and it is a reality we're going towards. I don't want to talk on the kid, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you got instances where people are just talking to AI just for conversation, and that's where
Yeah.
I kind of like draw the kind of line, like, bro, all right, hold on now, it's a human probably right outside your door that you could probably hold up, bro. But
Yeah,
I
it's almost like if somebody was talking to Google.
you gotta write that down. I like that concept though, even though it is like reality, like scary. Somebody could be talking to a whole AI, fall in love with it, and like you could be thinking it's a real person the whole time it's AI. I can imagine how that person feels. It's a whole different thing than catfish.
Getting AI
It's like
catfish is crazy.
AI, because catfish is you got a whole new
Welcome to
word for that thing.
2025. Oh gosh.
No, so fun and personal questions, man. Would you rather go to a VR art gallery, a VR music concert, or a VR sports game? You know what I mean?
And everything's being like done in VR.
Yeah, like at the top of
VR
line,
sports
everything
game.
immersive. You know what I mean?
Easily VR sports game. I like concerts in VR for sure. Oh, VR art galleries are boring. Um, good art, but bro, like you imported your PNG and textured it onto a canvas, and like that's great and
Mm,
all, but like if I want to appreciate art, like I have to see it in person. Like if not, it's just another really dope artwork I see online. Like it's the beauty of art
mm,
is like the physicalness, the practicalness of it. It's not the digitalness of it. That doesn't impress me. Especially in the days of AI. For all I know, you fucking put that shit in ChatGPT. But
damn.
music, I don't like that most of the time there's like a delay when people are like trying to sing and like there's a bot and whatnot, or like they make people like us lip sync all the time. So there isn't
Okay.
that issue. I'm not a big fan of that. I do like the people on VR chat who be playing piano and shit, like through their headset and whatnot. That should be tough. But
Nice.
VR sports, oh my gosh, that shit is hard. That shit is hard. Like I know that just from playing dodgeball and rec room like the couple times I did years ago. But like trying to play sports in VR is fucking hard, and anyone who's good at it, God bless your soul. Cause
For real, bro. That
I be
hoop
going
shit
to
kind
VR
of hard.
boxing and the hoops is hard, the boxing's hard, dodgeball's hard, all of that. All that shit is hard. So I got mad respect for that. I really be watching it like, cause they're actually doing that. They're like actually performing, so it's like
You're right.
super entertaining.
No, I want to go do like a tournament, like live stream a tournament. Man, I got to figure out which app or game I should do for that.
If it's a shooting game, I'm in.
Yeah, see, it's just the cameras, it's the cameras, bro. Like it got to be in VR chat or something, something loose.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you
What
need something with the camera.
I'm about to say? What's your dream collaborator in the VR space? Like who's one person you want to work with or collab with?
My dream collaborator. God, yo, shut up,
Oh,
shut up, blue cheek,
shut
shut up,
up,
blue cheek.
blue cheeks.
Boutique, not blue cheeks, yo, you're
Oh,
wild. Um, I'm
blue cheeks.
crying. Blue cheeks. Yeah, I'm gonna start calling this blue cheeks on God. Um, no, my dream collaborator was Takatato, but I actually accomplished that dream like a year ago. We made Club Zero,
Oh, Club
which
Zero. Shout out Club Zero.
shout out Club
That shit's
Zero.
fun.
So that was actually my dream collaboration. I did that with Takatato. Now I haven't really been too much on the building side of things. I don't really care for many creators. But Rexrod is really, really talented, and I'd love to actually make something with him. Not like commission him for something, but like get in and get nitty gritty with him and like do shit. That'd be really cool. He's super talented.
Nice. Taco Tato and Res God, man. I gotta get in their DMs and have them on the show, man. Get their perspectives on how they got started and what they feel about everything, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Takatato's a great dude. He could talk forever about his journey. He recently won 25 grand from one of the MHCP contests. He has that Bubble Pursuit game. So he won
Nice.
25 grand through that shit. Not gonna lie, bro. Be making me sit there like, why do I not participate in these like contests? I've been a partnered creator for like a year now, maybe a little over a
Uh,
year, and haven't participated in any of the contests. I've made contest entries and then didn't submit them because I was high. But
damn.
like, we're not gonna talk about that.
No, next time, man. Get on that next one. Get on that next
I'll
one
get
for
on the
real.
I'll get on the next one for sure. I'll get on the next one for sure.
No, so tell me, what do you say to people who scared of VR or like intimidated by this virtual reality and AI stuff? Maybe VR first, because AI is definitely different, and I know you feel certain different about AI. But VR, how do you tell people like who don't know nothing about it, in your words, about it?
I would say get in, have a fun time, and enjoy it for what it is and for what it's worth, I would say view VR, especially like some like Horizon Worlds, as an alternate medium to something like Instagram or TikTok or like one of them social platforms or MySpace or whatever. Because instead of like saying how you're feeling on a public board or whatever, you're meeting people, and it's still a social media, but it's for like a different life almost. With you're still yourself, but you're somewhere else where there's other people. It's like hard to explain. It is like a different world, literally, because you then exist around people somewhere that you wouldn't have meet them. Like there's names of locations that you go to, and everyone knows the name of the location. No one
Mm-hmm.
like, if I say, "Hey man, like we out to the Black Cat," everyone in VR chat would know, like, "Yo, we out to the Black Cat." Like they're not guessing. Is this on another game? Is this in another app? Is this like a place in real life? Like these spaces online have their own real landmarks. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel
Mm-hmm.
like dictates the fact that I can kind of consider it like another, like man, it's so
Place.
hard to like describe this without using like scientific jargon, but it's almost like another dimension. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
the virtual dimension where like these
Mm-hmm.
people and their personas in these places only exist there, but a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
are aware of them existing. If that makes any sense.
I'm hearing you, bro, and that's why I
But like
love doing this because you get that your perspective, which is kind of easier for people to understand. Like, okay, if he's saying it like that, I can kind of get it now. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's like there's the virtual dimension. You have your journey there, like everyone has their journey, and just hop in and have fun and do your thing, and don't take it too serious sometimes, because sometimes like people are gonna put you in a position where you're gonna be like, oh word, I'm the man, and then you start taking yourself too serious, and then you're gonna be like, why the hell I do that? So it's like, just remember, always keep it cool, always keep it cool. As far as the AI thing, um, just use it responsibly. It's like everyone has a right to use it. It's like a gun. But,
Mm-hmm.
you don't buy a gun and then you go slime your day one. You buy a gun and you keep it properly protected and you use it when you need to protect yourself for what it's for. The same thing with AI. Like, don't go get AI and start making a whole bunch of bullshit, passing it off as your own hard work. Because that's the easiest way for somebody who actually does that hard work to laugh at you. Whether it's using AI to cut up your video and edit your video, whether it's using AI to 3D model and texture an object, whether it's using AI to make a whole fucking song, any expert in that field will look at you like you're a fucking bum. So just don't do
Mm-hmm.
it to yourself. I'm being so real with you. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. The shortcut is not worth it. Go learn how to fucking do it. And if you want to take the shortcut, maybe it's just not for you. And that's it.
Boom. Said it by himself, Loud MF, my brother. Hey man, I really appreciate your time. I love hearing your words and perspective. Thank you again for earlier for shooting the music video, bro. I'm about to try to chop it up and see what it would look like. But bro,
Thank you.
thank you
Thank you.
again, bro. Any last words, any shout outs, any shameless plugs, man, this time?
Oh yeah, so you can check out my music, Loud MF, on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can listen to music. You can add me on VR Chat if you're on VR Chat under Loud MF. I'm on Horizon Worlds. Go check out Club Zero. But yeah, shout out Beneficial. Today was mad fun. We shot a video. I came and did this. Sorry that I'm probably such a Debbie Downer on some of these like AI subjects, but I mean that's probably what we like, opening the
Yeah,
floor
for
for
real.
like different opinions and discourse. You know what I mean? That's what it's all
Yeah,
about. Because the moment
yeah,
we stop
100%.
communicating, you know, everything falls apart. So nah, it's super dope. It was a lot of fun. Hell yeah,
Thank you,
dude.
man. Thank you, bro. And that's gonna be a wrap on this episode of In the Lens with Benz. Bro, huge thank you to Loud MF. His Instagram is right down there, bro. Thank you for joining and sharing your story, bro. Make sure to check them
Thank
out.
you so much,
And
bro.
thank you to everyone watching, listening. And if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to follow, share, and tap in for more creators, innovators stepping into the future of VR and AI. Until next time, this is In the Lens with Ben signing off. Keep creating, keep imagining, and always stay in the lens, my boy. Loud MF,
And the
thank you, bro.
lens. And the lens.